Good morning.
It is.
I can't believe every single morning I get up and I listen to people on this mic. They get this opportunity, and here I am. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Esther.
You must
Thank you,
believe
Jerry.
it a little, or it couldn't be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so exciting. Okay, my question is, I was introduced to you about a year ago, one of my closest friends, and so things that come to me now, I have no problem with. I'm able to have resolution to them right away. My challenge lies when I have things in the past before and allow them to accumulate negatively. For example, I know you like specifics. There's an investment that I've been a part of that has been delayed for 2 or 3 years. And now that I'm in the position that I'm in now with your teachings, I'm very much at ease with it. But I feel like I grapple with some of the negativity that I'm bringing from the past with it. And I know many times you say, don't tackle the big ones that have been lingering for a long time. Start with something easy, like a cup of coffee. But now I've gotten to the point where I would like to address that. And there are times.
Well, there's a simple question. When you address it, how do you feel?
I guess it depends on.
In other words, if you are able to address it and stay in the vortex, then give it attention. But if you address it and it takes you out of the vortex, then you're paying a very big price, because you're giving up the investment of all investments for this paltry little thing. In other words, if you want to know where your nest egg is, it's in the vortex. And that investment doesn't mean diddly squat. So are you really willing to pay the price of all of this for that? You see?
You're a very lucky man, Jerry, that's for sure. You know, I never have, Abraham. It's always been such a focus point of, I know it's just, you said, I'll be happy and then things must come. To me, I have other people tied to this as well. So I've brought other people into this. So many times when what is staring me at the face, in my face, it's very easy for me to slip back out of the vortex.
Well, even now, and we understand all of that, but even now, you're getting specific, which is pulling you out of the vortex again. In other words, you're saying it's not only my investment, I got other people in it, and they're suffering in these ways, and they're asking me. So the more you're focusing there, getting more and more specific, the more you're holding yourself away from the vortex, you see. And we know it sounds so Pollyanna and pie in the sky and woo-woo to hear someone say, don't face that reality. But you've already come to an awareness that it's an uncontrollable reality. So why would you focus upon something that you can't control and sacrifice something that you can control? And what you can control is your entrance into the vortex, is your vibrational frequency. In other words, you have the ability, you've shown yourself that on a myriad of subjects, to go into the vortex easily. And we just want to put a big flawed premise to rest here. And here's the flawed premise. All right, this is working and this is working and this is working. Now I just have to tackle this one bugaboo and my life will be perfect. And we say that one bugaboo is going to mess everything up, because that one bugaboo is going to be the reason that you allow it to train you again outside the vortex, which means you're going to deprive yourself of everything that's in the vortex. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So when you say, okay, I give up the specifics of this thing I can't control, and I embrace the generalness of what I can control, and I believe that the vortex will take me in and train my vibration upwards. And I believe this is what we're wanting you to say. It's what we know. We know that as you allow this vortex to train you upward, train you upward, train you upward on subject after subject, that soon that will be such that absence of success will be such a non-issue that it won't even be present in your vibration, and then you can reap the success from that investment that you've had in your vortex all along. Wow. In other words, your attention to what is wanted is what causes the breakthrough. Now, many are thinking, well, does that mean that a whole lot of things can be working against the success of something, and I can just get in the vortex? And we say, you have no idea of the leverage of this vortex. This is the energy that creates worlds. And the reason that you don't believe in your power of in the vortex focus is because you haven't applied it enough to know it, you see. You haven't deliberately applied the in the vortex focus enough to know the power of influence that you hold. You could turn that whole stock thing around single-handedly if you don't let them train you over there in the corner where all of them are.
When I take taking all this in, this is amazing.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes perfect sense. You know why? You're in the vortex where we are. You know what we know.
Sometimes I find myself taking stock of whether I'm in the vortex or not in the vortex.
Well, if you have to ask, you're not.
Okay.
If you're not sure, you're not.
Okay.
You're not. Because when you are, you're clear. Esther wrote an email last night, and it took her about 35 seconds to type it, and it was so beautiful. She just loved reading it. And Jerry said, oh, Abraham must have written that. And Esther said, wait a minute. I have the ability to write a good email when I'm in the vortex. You don't have to give Abraham the credit for every good thing I do. And then Esther was not in the vortex. And then the email she wrote to Jerry was quite different.
Did it have to do with flinging birds at all?
Fortunately, they're all trapped in that little computer screen.
Can I ask one more follow-up quick question about sleep? I wish I didn't have to do it, but I understand with our body that we need to rejuvenate.
Because life is so full and fun that you don't want to give it
really
give up.
I would love to be able to put my little girls to bed and then have my time for the next 5 hours, get a couple hours sleep and be rejuvenated and be right back, when they get up at
You know what's
6 o'clock.
tripping you up there?
Yeah.
Is my time. The my time. There's a lack consciousness in my time. It's like my children have me in bondage. Oh. And I'm not, we know you like that, and I don't really feel free until they're asleep. And so there's something worth understanding there. But we won't take the time to do that. We'll give you something even better.
Okay.
And that is that sleep is not about resting the body, because your body is resting while you're sitting here. Sleep is about giving up the resistance. Sleep is about distracting. It's about withdrawing focus from resistant thoughts and giving the cells of your body a chance to find some alignment with their source in their vortex, you see. So the more in alignment you are through your day, the less you would require that unconscious allowing while you slumber. Does that make sense to you?
Perfect, absolutely.
And what you're going to discover is that haven't you always noticed that when things get tense, you just want to sleep?
Yeah, sure.
And often you can't sleep because things are tense, but it's when the feeling that you want to comes over you. And don't you just love that blissful drifting off to sleep?
Oh,
that's one of the benefits that many people are beginning to discover from this meditation into slumber, is that the meditation raises your vibration. And when your vibration raises, then there's no difference in the frequency between who you are and what's going on in your vortex. So you can just drift into that slumber in a really wonderful way. You don't need sleep, but you do benefit from the dissolution of resistance and the allowing of alignment.
Wow.
So instead of calling it sleep, let's call it alignment. I didn't get enough alignment last night. Really, yeah. Put it in that way. I didn't get enough alignment last night, but I'm going to see if I can't catch up with some of my alignment today. I'm going to take a walk. I can get aligned when I walk, and I'm going to bask on some subject that always makes me feel good. In other words, you know those people that you think about that always lift your spirits, or even your pet or an animal or a baby or someone you know. I'm going to meditate during lunch. I'm going to meditate and quiet my mind and raise my vibration. I'm going to catch up on my alignment through the day. So start just replacing the word sleep with alignment. And then, because you'll never find yourself saying, I didn't get enough, or I'm getting way too much alignment. I'm getting way too much alignment. My teenager gets way too much alignment. He's just trying to rescue himself from the chaos of his life, you see. Give him a break.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you.